Your nominator says that your specialty is cornhusk dolls. Tell us the significance of these dolls.
Okay, well, the cornhusk dolls are a traditional Haudenosaunee form of expression. It is an ancient form. What I've done with the dolls is I've um, kind of changed their objective, and I have used them to protect some of the stories and teachings. So cornhusk is something that was given to the people at the time of creation, and it was has since then until now protects the corn every year in the fields. And so I've taken that same corn husk and created the dolls that are always faceless to represent the stories that were forbidden to talk about for a long time, and hopefully that through that art form they'll be able to be protected.
Why are the dolls faceless?
Really, it's a story about humility. There's a story that goes along with it about a cornhusk doll that was sent to the people, and she was so beautiful, and she would travel from village to village helping with the children so that the adults could go and finish their duties. And people kept commenting on how beautiful she was. And after a while, she spent more time sitting beside the water, the lake or the river, admiring her reflection than actually getting her doing the work that she was sent to do. So Creator took her face away from her, but the way I understand it is it wasn't as a punishment. It was meant as a medicine for the people to remind us that humility is important. And the funny thing about it is that even though she remains faceless, when you display dolls and people see your dolls, they always comment on how beautiful they are.
You said they were forbidden for a long time.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Well, it's this summer, there were a number of sites across the country that were announced as news items where in the Truth and Reconciliation, they talked about the grave sites and the children that had gone missing. That whole part of history was designed to eradicate anything that had to do with our teachings and our beliefs and our history and our culture. So they were forbidden and they were outlawed, and those schools were put in place to make sure of that.
And you are now mentoring other artists to carry on this tradition.
Okay, so I have a number of young people that I work with in the community. They are more, well, they're kind of multimedia artists already. So they do paint, they do make cornhusk dolls. It's not necessarily the focus of making cornhusk dolls, but when they paint, a lot of their images are cornhusk doll figures. So they continue to celebrate that figure, even though they know how to make cornhusk dolls. Their actual pictures and paintings are just mostly cornhusk doll images.
And you told me earlier that in the same way that the art of cornhusk doll making was forbidden, so you would have been forbidden at one point from even teaching it to others.
Well, that's the funny part, because of all the steps and all of the buildings and the resources that were put into making sure that we were deprived of our culture, that somehow every generation there were people in our communities who knew enough to protect these things. So we're really honored to be able to share anything that was protected that we can pass on.
Art will find a way.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for talking to us today. And would you hold up the award just so we can see?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And once again, congratulations on behalf of CSARN and the Toronto Foundation for this award.
Thank you.